Okay, thanks. Good evening and welcome to the September 11th, 2025 regular meeting of the Zoning Commission held at 7 p.m. in room 133 of the Brookfield Town Hall and streamed live on Zoom. Please rise and recite the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to ask for a moment of silence for September 11th victims.
And Charlie.
I guess in Charlie and also Minnesota Rep. Melissa Hartman and her husband, and the Colorado school shooting from yesterday. Okay, thank you. First, I'll have the members of the Zoning Commission present here this evening introduce themselves, starting from my left.
Phoebe Holmes, alternate.
Gwen Arnett, member.
Anthony Fucci, Vice Chairman.
Kurt Timmerman, Chairman.
Matt Grimes, Secretary.
Sean Turner, Member.
All right, also present here this evening is our CEO, Fran Lawley, our Land Use Director, Laura Barkowski, and our Recording Secretary, Elizabeth Adams. All right, there are copies up on the table here of the agenda and on the town website. Feel free to come up and take a copy if you so desire. All right, so the first thing on our agenda, 2A, Zone Enforcement Officer's Report.
Thank you. 47 High Ridge Road, the Salis resident. I met with Attorney Bowser out there on August 29th. We did a walk around the property and stuff. Judge Medina has continued this to November 4th. So I'll be back in the courthouse on November 4th. 24 Mist Hill Road, a Lindquist residence.
Mist Hill Drive, I believe, though.
Mist
That's
Hill
a
Drive,
typo there.
Mist Hill. The applicant did not show before the ZBA at the last meeting. He asked for a continuance to the next meeting, so the ZBA granted him a continuance to the October 6th meeting. 18 Junction Road, the Sala residence, Rocco. He could not get all his mailings out in time to meet the deadline, so he submitted a request to withdraw his application, and he will be resubmitting, hopefully for the next meeting, it should be in.
Okay.
31 Green Knoll Drive, there's no update at that time. I did reach out to the environmental firm, and I have not heard back. I did send over a questionnaire that Tom had drafted up for us, and
Sure.
they were gonna look into it and get back. But,
Okay.
There's been no response.
And that was, you had mentioned the appeal was filed last meeting?
Yeah, prior to the last meeting, yes. Yep. 891 Funnel Road, the Alvarez residence, the neighbor was complaining about the light going in his bedroom window and stuff, so I did send a notice of violation. There was no action, so as the commission had mentioned last meeting, go to a cease and desist, which I did issue a cease and desist, and currently there's been no response yet on that.
Motion to elevate the citation of no compliance by September 30th.
All right, do I have a
I'll
second?
second.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Tony. All in favor of that?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, is unanimous.
Surprised you've got no response on that. I mean, just nothing at all?
Nothing, no. And actually, both myself and the Laura Barkowski, we actually stopped out there, and I actually left a message on his phone with him too. So there's been no response whatsoever, so. 636 Foothill Road, this is that Divine Kitchen and Bath. Right now, they're occupying the space. They have an illegal sign out in front advertising the business. They're operating out of the business. There's no CO, there's no certificate of zoning compliance. The property is currently tax delinquent, so.
What was your last communication with them? From them, I guess.
None whatsoever. I went right to a cease and desist on this letter. So,
All right, motion to elevate the citation of no change by September 30th.
Second. Oh, go ahead, John.
All right, thank you, Sean, for seconding that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
58 Old Graves Bridge Road, Ari's building over there. There's been no response. I did reach out to Ken Slater today to try to get an update on that. Last I knew, there was some court case. It was supposed to show up in the court, but Ari did not show up. So as far as I know, legal action is still moving on this with Halloran and Sage. So.
Yeah, I noticed in the wetlands that they did complete their project for remediation, so
Yeah.
there's
You'd
that.
think they'd do one and the same, though. I mean,
They had some problems along the way. Now they got this problem.
Yeah. 35 Hidden Brook Road, the Torres residence, that's with the town attorney, Tom Beecher. I don't
Okay.
have an update on that as to this date. 28 Indian Trail, I did go to a citation, and they filed an appeal with the hearing officer. So I did send the paperwork over to the hearing officer, and just waiting to try to get a date scheduled for that hearing. So,
Okay.
moving forward.
Shouldn't 35 Hidden Brook be moved to the next area? Oh, no, never mind.
And then 40 Hidden Brook Drive, the Perez residence, this is the neighbor complaining about the short-term rental Airbnb.
Yeah.
So there's been no notification, no response from her at all. So notice of violation, cease and desist order. So I sent a citation, and I sent it first-class mail, certified mail, then I had sheriff or marshal
Deliver it.
deliver it to.
Yeah.
So
No, and you've heard
no
nothing.
response. Did she call it? You get a response. Okay.
Or it's not appropriate.
Yeah. I understand. All right, thank you for the enforcement officer, report, Fran.
Maybe we could put on, maybe on one of the October agendas, maybe just to get an update from Tom as to, an executive session, as to the stuff that he's got in the works, just so that we know where things are.
Yeah,
as a
I'll
commission.
talk to him to see what his schedule is.
That might be a good idea, because we used to do that periodically. Motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting, August 14th, 2025, submitted.
All right, do I have a second?
Second.
All right, thank you, Tony. And who's here on that meeting?
Me,
And I was?
I was.
All right, so the
Yep.
three of us were here.
got a quorum, yep, that's
So,
why we continued it last time.
Yeah, all in favor of approving the minutes of August 14th, 2025, say aye.
Aye.
All right, and
Any abstentions?
to abstain,
Any
Sean and Gwen, are you going to abstain from that? Since-
Yes, I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
okay,
I was
great.
looking at something.
Any abstentions? Yes, two of them. Sean and Gwen. All right, how about can I get a motion to approve the minutes of the next two? August 28th.
One for the, motion for approval of the Aquifer Protection Agency minutes of August 28th.
All right, do I have a second?
Gwen was here, I believe.
I wasn't.
Yes,
I wasn't here.
yes, we'll have a discussion, yes.
No, this is the
28.
Yeah, 28th.
There's no second, because they weren't here, is what he's trying to say.
What? Oh, so we can't,
No, we have.
I think he's looking for you to second it,
Yeah,
but
second,
since you
just
were here,
second
they
to
weren't, they were
approve
not.
the minutes of
well,
August 28th.
I just have a comment about them.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to that in a second.
That's what I asked you.
Yeah, no,
There's a
we just need a
discussion.
second first.
Fine, second.
Oh, great. Okay, and any discussion?
Yes.
Okay, great.
That's what I asked, but you didn't understand.
Too soon, too soon.
Okay, okay. Well, good. So I couldn't print it out, but on line 51
Mhm.
or 58 of the special meeting, I think Commissioner Grimes asked if there was going to be an increase in capacity.
Activity, yeah.
Yeah, and he said, no, there would not be, but I commented that, that it said in all the material that there would be.
In the future, yes.
Yeah, I think I comment on
But
There-
not
there
for-
would,
not
there
for
would
the
be, or that there
application.
could be?
They
There
have
would
plans
be.
to be, but not for this application. Not for
Yep.
the application they have.
And I think Kurt said that they would have to come back if they were gonna increase
Yes,
their activity.
Yes, if they're gonna increase, they have to come back. So they have plans, but they weren't gonna do it. So maybe we just clarify that,
Yeah,
that they have plans and they have to come back for
that
approval.
would, I think, would help.
And I think for the record, we had the discussion twice, both at Aquifer Protection
Yes.
and at zoning.
We
Yeah.
did, but he said there wouldn't be,
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm, okay.
but it said in the material that there would be.
Yeah.
You're on the
For the
Aquifer
future.
Protection minutes, not the zoning minutes?
Yeah,
Was
we're
it-
on the
we're
Aquifer
We're two
Protection.
motions, yeah.
Yeah.
Either one, oh, we're on
Well,
the,
We're on the
That's
aquifer
the
protection right now.
yeah,
All right.
it was stated in both.
And any other?
It was.
No, but I do think that's important to
Yeah,
know in
fine.
both minutes.
We'll
if
add
they-
that
If they're gonna
clarification.
increase the activity at the property, they have to come back with an application.
Yes.
Yes, so we'll just clarify that. All right, all in favor of that amended minutes, say aye.
On the,
Aye.
aye, on
Aye.
the Aquifer Protection.
Yes, I'll take
I'm
a,
gonna abstain from that.
yes, whoever wasn't here.
I'm
You.
abstaining.
That's right. Phoebe, were you here for that one?
No,
I wasn't.
Oh, okay. Was it just the three of us?
three of us,
It was,
Oh, all right.
Greg was here.
and Greg,
Oh, okay,
yes.
great. Okay, I'll take a motion for the zoning commission minutes of August 28th.
So moved.
All right, and do I have a second? Gwen?
Second,
And I think we'll just note the same thing that Mrs. Arment just said.
Right. So any amendments in addition to the one mentioned for the aquifer protection?
No.
All right, so We'll add that same clarification for that as well.
Aye.
So all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you. All right, we have continued public hearing 5A, 19A Elbow Hill Road, application Z-25-26. All the rules that applied when we opened it still apply now. So if you'd like to come up and present your modifications that we have discussed.
Okay, good evening, Robert Sherwood, landscape architect. Unfortunately, I did not get a revised plan into you to review, but I do have some new information for y'all to look at tonight and to present.
Is this the revised plan that you just sent in? Or is this just?
Yeah.
I mean, I just stamped it.
Oh, okay.
No, that's the original survey.
Oh, all right.
That is the original kind of plan that I showed last week.
Okay.
So there were kind of 3 items that y'all wanted us to address. Most importantly was kind of getting in and out of the site. There was the complaint from a neighbor about truck idling at night, obviously. And then the cleanliness of the street, kind of trucks bringing mud out onto the street and that whole entrance into the site. Marking of the site as well with a number clarification. So on the lot line. the lot line slope
demarcation. Yeah.
and demarcation.
I think our greater concern though, sir, was not as much cleanliness, was as much was safety.
Yeah, safety,
Yes, and then showing a turning radius, try to get in with a truck and having a wider area for them to stage it.
Correct.
So most of what we've done, we will try to get the property line reflagged, restaked, so that we can clearly see where it is, so both parties are in conformance with that. This does slope down to his property, and then it's flat in here where his nursery stock is. So on the plan that we showed tonight, I show a truck turning radius with a tractor trailer, widening out a little bit of the throat of the driveway so that he can make that turn very easily. Obviously paved apron, then within the site, do like almost like an anti-tracking pad style rock, a little bit bigger rock, so that it's a solid base. We're not creating a mud flow out into the street. Also show a spot where we could park 3 vehicles right in the front, so that again there's some more staging of equipment there. In part on that there is a stone column or stone pier. I show moving the stone pier back and then simply getting some numbers on that stone pier, not put up a huge sign, but just try to letter that stone pier with something.
With the address.
With the address. Other than that, on the overall site plan, I did put in some notes specifically saying one of the state DEEP regulations, no truck idling for more than 15 minutes. Post it, have a sign out there. Obviously put it on the notes that no overnight parking and idling of trucks is permitted for noise ordinances. And also put in a little bit of a maintenance style, couple notes about cleaning the road when necessary, at least once a day in the spring, if it's noticed that they're tracking any kind of mud or dirt out onto the road. And that was about all the changes that I had kind of noted, most specifically with the neighbor, with the property line, and the no parking, no idling of the trailers that come in.
And what about, we had discussed a gate too, there's one thing to put notes on here to say, oh, no overnight parking.
Yeah.
But how do we enforce that? Because the truckers aren't gonna read that. So, maybe a sign that says that right there. And we thought a gate might be good too, so if they can't pull in,
Yeah,
there will be
that's-
no overnight parking.
You want to put it, do you have a gate there now? There was one at one point.
So
but
if you wanna
Caesar.
come up to the podium, and you stated your name and address, right?
Yeah, Rep
Yeah,
Sherwood,
okay.
Brookfield.
Cesar
Okay, yeah, wait until you're in front of the microphone.
Yeah, Cesar Suarez from 1980 Evil Hill. So we used to have like a gate, like a horse fence gate, but in the end we use it for in case somebody steal plants or something, but it never happens.
Well, that
never
might
happened.
never
But
happen.
now, following this, now probably we can put it back.
Yes.
And plus, every a day before truck arrives to the job site, they call me and they let me know I gonna be that time, or I gonna be in the morning, or I gonna be sleeping there, or whatever. And I said, you know, you can, but you can have the truck running all night. But sometimes when we have trucks delivered, it's on a short season from March, like middle March and March to like May.
Mhm.
That's the only season, and they don't come like every day. It's like 1 or 2 a week for like 2 hours, 3 hours, and that's it. But
Yeah,
that's
that was at night. I would.
but in the night they come and park. That's the
Yes,
problem.
that
So
is-
now I every time when they call, I say, you know, you have to wait in a rest area until you receive my call to you allowed to come in and we start unload.
Yeah. I would think that having that gate you used to have, I personally would like to see that put back up
Yeah.
because of the people that don't reach you or you don't reach them. Because, you know, overnight parking with the engine running, that's,
Yeah, I mean, I think that that's a concern as well as, you know, I gotta come back to the safety issue too. Mr. Sherwood, I think, when you mentioned 3 vehicles, are you talking about 3 personal vehicles? Are you talking about 3 trucks when you said there's enough room for 3 vehicles at the front?
Well, it wouldn't be enough for 3, like, tractor trailer size, but it is a 25-foot deep, and it was, I believe the space was 25 by like 35, so you could pull a smaller landscape truck in there, and it's stuff of that nature, obviously cars.
And I think all of our concerns that were articulated last time and this time, and Kurt articulated a few of them, are safety related. And it's not just a matter of the trucks idling at night, but it's also, I would almost like to see a set time as to when people are coming to pick up their nursery stock and whatever at the property, because I'd like to see a little coordination with our EMS and a little coordination with the bus company, because I'm telling you, I've been through that road so many times. I live right around the corner from it. And there's tractor trailers there, ambulances trying to get up and down Elbow Hill Road, school buses are coming there, and then what happens is the traffic gets backed up onto Federal Road at a very busy hour on Federal Road that it is. And that is all safety related. That's not trying to regulate what you can and can't do with the property, but these are safety concerns. And you haven't, and the comment was made the last time that you haven't had a problem yet. Well, you know, it's a matter of time, I think, before there is. So I would like to see, again, this is all safety related. It's a very narrow gap that you've got there right now, and it's very, very hard. That Elbow Hill Road is the tributary for EMS to that side of town. That's where the ambulance goes
well,
when it has to
we
get over
EMS,
there.
we can't predict when they're gonna come by, but buses.
But I'm gonna tell you,
buses,
they go,
yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, the ambulance goes up Elbow Hill Road every day. Gwen, I'm sure you see it in the Lake Club multiple
Yes,
times a
that-
week.
That might be true, but
No.
if you wanna
Yeah.
try to, if you wanna
No?
try to
Okay.
coordinate,
But the thing
if you wanna
would-
coordinate with people, the only one you can coordinate with, I think, are periodic scheduled.
And the
like
school buses,
like
the school buses, we know what time they're going through there.
Yes, exactly.
And those buses go up and down that hill every single day.
And just out of curiosity, where you have the dark gray area, are you actually taking what's there now and basically going into 25 feet? Because right now,
The
off of it.
paving, that's a paved
Yeah,
area.
that's what, but are they paving it 25 feet deep? Or what, how far off of the Elbow Hill is it
Yeah,
gonna be?
how long is that paved area?
This more of the gravel area was 100 feet off of the apron that I was paving that goes over the property line up to the street.
Right.
So I was gonna pave that back off of the property line, probably about 5 or 6 feet. So you had a nice 20-foot kind of give or take apron of asphalt, and then it's all gonna be proposed gravel.
Yeah.
And that gravel goes back about 100 feet, so that's
Oh, I
plenty of depth for a tractor trailer.
Yeah, I
to
wasn't,
pull all the way in.
I wasn't worried about the 100 feet that way. I was looking for the actual 25 feet. Again,
I mean-
however you do it from the actual road, deep. Because right now, it's dirt.
Dirt, right, and that's adding.
Like I said, that's, again, throwing
wanna
in the
clean up-
cars
We wanna
there.
clean up the entrance, clean up the site so that you do pull in.
Do the customers
bit-
right now have a set window of time they're supposed to come there, or is it really?
I think it's,
kind of-
I think it's like anything, hours of operation, so.
What are the
we'll
hours
have
of
to-
operation?
we'll
I
have
don't
to
know what
set
the
that.
hours of operation are.
So we, back in safety issues, like, kind of like answer questions, whatever. So unfortunately, some truck drivers, they don't know how, I don't know, they don't know how back into the property. So that's why they take so long to try to spread in or back in.
Saying they don't know how to back into the property?
They're
Yes.
not
What's the
Sometimes-
best way?
That's why the traffic accumulates and then 5, 6 cars waiting for it. And sometimes I have to help them because they don't know how back in or pull in.
Can
That's
I
it.
ask,
One,
can I ask how many deliveries on the average you have a day?
1 or 2 delivers.
And how many pickups do you have on average in a day?
Pickups 3, 5 maximum a day.
Those are
Not,
smaller trucks.
not even because it's not every day and it's not the whole day. It's 2 hours, 3 hours. It's
Are those generally smaller trucks?
smaller trucks, yes, like
Landscape.
landscape.
Six-wheel dump truck.
Yeah,
Okay, question. At the end of the driveway, is that a parking area?
It is kind of, there's an area down here that he does kind of utilize to pull
As
his
a
trucks and kind
turnaround?
of turn around.
Is that what abuts the condos there?
Yeah, then the condos are back in.
down below, yeah.
So there's a fence there by the
Yeah.
condo?
That's the condominium fence, yes.
So theoretically, on the deliveries, you say on an average 30, 35 deliveries, somebody could pull all the way down to
So
the
3 to
end.
5 deliveries. is what
Three
it
to
is.
five.
I'm sorry, I meant
3 or
pickups.
5
Yeah.
deliveries.
Not deliveries, I meant
That's,
pickups.
One to
that's,
two.
that's
1 or 2
in
deliveries.
1
3 to
week.
5
Right.
pickups.
That's in 1 week.
I'm
That's
talking
one
somebody
week.
coming to.
In
One week or
one
1
week.
day?
1 week.
Well, let me clarify for a second. I'm talking somebody coming to pick up
Pick up how many retail-
plants and
How
whatnot.
many clients you sell plants to a day?
Can the end of that driveway, can that be a turnaround where somebody can pull in their turnaround? That could kind of create a little bit less
Trouble on
traffic
Elbow Hill
or-
Road.
on Elbow Hill
Try to
Road.
get people to pull down. I think it's the nature of, as well, where the plants are and what they're loading. So it's a little bit of a tricky,
Okay, but theoretically, if they're picking up
Yes.
plants at the
In
beginning of
reality,
the
they
property,
could
they could
pull them.
drive down, turn around, and exit the property that way instead of backing out.
So would you say the largest problem though is the semis that come in to deliver plants to you? And they have trouble, they're not experienced, they almost need a pilot back in these huge trucks.
Yes, yes.
The
that are
average,
53 feet long or something like that.
I've
you know?
seen it happen. The
It's,
average semi
it's
coming on
happened
the
because
property.
it happens, and then it's only not me. It happens every warehouse, every
No, yeah, I know.
stores, and it happens. And sometimes I had to help them. I had to jump on the truck and tell them, "Let me do it because I can't have all the traffic waiting."
The way the
Sure.
situation looks now, I mean, and I've been past there 100,000 times. I mean, a truck has got to make 5 or 6 tries to navigate to get into that property. They can't do it in one. And it happens all the time, and it ties up the traffic, and it causes a safety issue. That's the problem
Some
right now.
drivers they do it once. Some good drivers they
I've
do it
never
once.
seen anybody been able to do it once.
Yeah,
I'm
I've seen semis block Federal Road
Thank you.
for the same reason. So it's not just this site and
and
the
I
fact
think-
that you
Exactly.
can't back
I
out
think
of here.
doing some of the-
Exactly, it's not just this.
I think doing some of the site improvements that I'm proposing, I am proposing to widen that neck so that they
Well,
can.
I
it a little
appreciate what
easier,
Commissioner
yeah.
Turner said, though, because if you can get it all the way in, turn it around, you've solved a lot of the issue in my mind.
Well, I don't think you can turn a semi.
No.
Semi,
Yeah.
I don't know.
the smaller landscape trucks you can. for
Yeah,
sure.
or something with a smaller trailer,
Yeah,
a
Yes.
two-wheel or.
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
Excuse me, so the mouth, your entrance is 25 feet. Is that what you're saying? Just, no, I don't mean in, I mean,
Oh, the width?
Width of the
It was-
driveway.
It's
Of your
probably, it's
property.
probably wider than that at the widest point where the road is. To allow that truck turnaways. I
Is-
didn't measure that, so I apologize, I will not.
is there, so this is all nursery stock. So the truck has to come in here?
Yep.
Is there any way to move the stock up into here?
That's the problem they have.
That's a steep slope.
Can you dig into
Yeah.
it?
Oh,
No,
they tried that.
It
No,
slides
I-
down.
I
It's all
can't,
sand.
no.
It is all said.
Yeah.
That's one of the complaints from the neighbor. They're digging
Yes.
into the, yeah.
Yes.
We're not gonna dig in it, because it
Doing it
slides.
farther that way.
For the record, Neil Marcus, let me ask a quick question. Matt, you started to say you were concerned about the hours. What hours?
Well,
I didn't get a number for you. of what
So,
hours are
so
good.
the hours that I'm concerned about
Yeah.
mostly would be probably the rush hour in the morning when the school buses are coming through there and you've got cars going up and down Federal Road. Whereas, for example, like you're talking about between 7 and 9 o'clock in the morning when that's happening, whereas if it was happening between 10 o'clock in the morning and 12 noon, probably not as much traffic on Federal Road and probably not school buses.
So you're worried about 7 to 9, more or less.
Yeah,
Ballpark
that's when the
figure.
buses go
What
up and
goes on
down.
between 7 and 9 on the site?
What happens?
Yeah, what's going on between those hours? 7 to 9?
Probably, it's
The
when
thing-
they're picking up plants for the day to
Yes,
do their
the thing,
jobs.
the thing
yeah.
that some contractors, they come early so they can finish their job early.
Yeah, they're
That's
usually
why.
there before 7.
But one of the solution I come out with the beginning of this year, I deliver it myself, so they don't need to come and do all those traffic. That's what I said in the previous meeting. We go there, we load it, take a couple hours, and we leave, because we deliver it.
And when do the semis tend to arrive at your site?
About
Right now, late at night, but we're changing that
Right,
around.
I was gonna say that, yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say.
don't ask that question, it's not fair.
Yeah.
They currently arrive at the wrong time. But we're gonna limit them, what time would we bring in I mean, they should be in first thing in the morning, they should be out of there by 7 o'clock.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, between you and me,
Yes.
the guy who's parked in the rest area at 5 AM, he's gonna be in and out by 7 o'clock.
Yes.
I
So
would.
that I
would
think we
guess-
could agree to.
I would guess, I would guess the school buses start going up and down Elbow Hill Road probably around 7 or 7:15 in the morning.
So why don't we say semi-trailers not after 7 AM?
Do they
That's-
come the weekend too? I mean, that probably.
Weekend?
I've never seen,
Um,
I've
The
never-
buses don't drive on the
Yeah, I've never
weekends,
seen them
so-
on the weekend, but I have seen them at night.
They come on the weekend?
The truck?
and the weekend.
No, the buses don't come on the
No,
weekends.
no.
No,
No,
So you're saying no semi-trailers delivering after 7, 7, before 9, 7 to 9? Actually, and you also, Matt, would it be fair to say your concern is that pickups shouldn't really take place between 7 and 9?
I'm just saying, there's a lot of traffic that's coming up Elbow Hill Road and on Federal
It's
Road.
7 to 9 is the hour.
Yes.
Well, if they could make pickups with these smaller trucks happen on site,
As long as they get off the road. I
yeah,
mean,
to
they can
get
pull
off
in
the
and
road
they'll-
in a
yeah,
timely manner,
okay.
pull in.
No.
is there any pickup
And I
or
think-
delivery
And I think it's
in
the
the
traffic.
afternoon? Is there any in the afternoon, like around 3?
Not usual,
Okay.
not
that's good.
usual.
But again, we talked about customer parking. Customer parking is really not an issue because most of your customers come in by appointment with you.
Yes.
I'll meet you there at 5 o'clock. I mean, they don't have a lot of people that just stop by because it's not really open
No,
as
of
a
course
retail
not,
nursery.
yeah.
So I'm not sure you're worried about the
I think it's a
customer.
great use of the site for nursery stock, but my concern is safety related, that's
It's all traffic in and out. yeah.
all of that. Yep.
Yeah, but again, I think the traffic is only like between,
7 to 9.
yeah, and the hours, but it's like, let's call 200 feet from the entrance of the nursery, 200 feet down, which is a lot, 200 feet on west side too. It's not, doesn't go all the way to Federal Road.
And Attorney Marcus, I think part of the issue with 7 to 9 too is when you're coming up Federal Road at 7:30 in the morning, you cannot see. You
Certain
cannot
times of the
see.
day, yeah.
The
I mean,
sun
here.
is, you cannot see.
We can't do much with the sun, man. I'll try to
I
do
know,
that.
no, but
We can't do much.
that's part of the reason of the concern for those hours.
No, I agree with you. You know, you're right. It's visibility, which is completely irrelevant or uncontrolled.
And I know you can't control that, but I'm thinking that's probably part of the issue of 7 to 9.
But
Okay.
I think what we're trying to propose with some of this extra parking here will alleviate if there are some of the smaller trucks that can get in, pull in off-site and allow that to happen. So right now, people kind of pull up.
If the trucks
They
could
see
pull all
that-
the way in, you wouldn't have any issue.
Right, they see that there might be a truck parked here, they don't know where to park, et cetera. So now if we can kind of create a little bit more of a defined area where people can pull off, it'll alleviate.
That area right
Yeah.
there, yeah.
I think we can agree to that, particularly on the semis, no deliveries between 7 and 9. That makes sense. In terms of pickups, limited to trucks that can be on the site. If you can't get onto the site, you can't make a pickup. I mean, you have to get on
But
the
those are by
site,
appointment,
yeah,
anyway,
for the most part.
for the most
Yeah,
part.
most part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if what he's saying is true, and I have no reason to believe it's not, they can pull all the way in, turn all the way around and come and drive out.
The smaller trucks, yeah.
Yeah, the smaller trucks could, yeah. I
If
don't
those are the
think-
ones
They
picking
have
up.
to go all the way to the
I don't
back.
think some of them don't want to because it does get muddy and whatever back in.
That's the try to. That's the one thing we have to prevent to bring
Yeah.
mud on the road.
Once by that flood.
Because it's always wet. I got to water the plants.
But we can agree to those
Mm-hmm.
as a condition
That
of
works,
approval.
yeah.
Those conditions, we can, it'll work.
That
Yeah,
works.
and you're added the anti-tracking pad there. too.
Yeah.
We're adding
so
that.
that will be.
What were you proposing as far as cleaning the roadway or something?
So-
I was just gonna put notes on the plan that said, you know, they gotta have a maintenance plan to clean the road at least once a day, if not more,
Yeah.
if it
in
needs it.
case.
See the heavy gravel there
Is that-
for anti-tracking, the
Where are you
gray.
looking here? Right.
So this gray
See that
now
gray?
is, right now, it's just like hard-packed dirt.
Yeah.
Mud, and when it rains, so if we can get this part at least 100 feet in, where trailers would pull in and park to get unloaded, whatever,
We can clean it up.
that'll help with that mud, and then we'll do some kind of notation, get a maintenance plan for anything that goes out on the street, for a maintenance plan for these guys.
We can do that. The other issue that has been raised, where do we leave the gate? We'll have a gate restored? We'll put a gate, yeah, it's interesting, you said you didn't need the gate because people weren't stealing from you. I like that, that's Brookfield, it's a nice thing for Brookfield. But the gate they're talking about is just to control traffic.
Yeah, yeah, we can put it back. The
We
gate
can
is
put
like
the gate
about
back.
75 feet in.
Because I can easily see a problem where some truck doesn't know your
It-
rule
it
about
pulls
not.
up
Yeah,
sleeping.
oh, yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's,
sleep-
Because
yeah,
they can't see the
and sleeps
words on
over,
this.
yeah.
right.
But the thing is now I will be control the trucks, because they call me at.
I know they call you, but if
Uh,
they can't reach you, they might have this idea that, well, I'll just drive there. And then, you know what, it's open, I'll just
But
park.
the thing is, most of the drivers, the growers and the truckers, some people know us now, some others not, so they need to call me. They don't know where to go, so they need to call me.
Yes, well, we'll just say belts and suspenders, because the gate will.
Okay, gate to be reinstalled,
Yeah.
good. And again, when it's closed, it's closed.
Yeah.
Let's have a
Yeah.
sign on
Yeah.
closed.
Hours operation, sure.
Yep. We can do that.
Is there any kind of, have you thought about any kind of demarcation for your boundary
It's time to come back with all of it.
next to your neighbor?
Yeah, up on the top side. We'll put
We're gonna
that
reflag it.
plan.
We can.
We're gonna reflag
Get
it.
it reflagged, resurveyed, so everyone knows where it is.
Better ask for the comment.
That we're gonna do.
Oh, yeah, I have to ask for
Okay.
clarifications. So you're proposing gate installed, reinstalled. You have your I'll call it an anti-tracking pad for,
Lack of a better.
how long did you say, 100 feet there?
No
Uh,
deliveries
and-
between 7 and 9
No deliveries between 7 and 9
on weekdays, I guess. Well, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, weekdays.
AM. And then, all right, the drop-offs at your place before 7. Well, okay,
That's deliveries,
that
yeah.
covers that.
But deliver 79, what about pickups? Could be a
Pickups
70.
only on site.
Well,
Only on
what you're
site.
telling us, the pickups are not by the tractor
No,
trailer.
no, it's
so-
not, it's just small.
They would just need to pull in,
Yeah,
We'll get them off
Pickups.
site.
Miss-
Parking.
Pickups will be on site.
right.
trucks on site.
We can do that.
Are deliveries only in the morning?
Most of the part, because they come far away, the other states, so they like to get unload, so they can come back home early.
So let me give you a vignette of Caesar's operation. I'm in my office one morning and my wife calls up and she said, I just pulled out of our driveway, we live in Reading on Lone Town Road, kind of a back road. And she said, there's Sherwood Forest parked along, again, you again. Sherwood, there's a forest parked out there on Lone Town Road. It was Caesar's Delivery. And they were parked there, a bunch of, and these guys had all come in from Pennsylvania. Every truck had a Pennsylvania park. And they arrived at about, 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. That's when they arrived. Yeah, they don't come in the afternoon. They're there first thing in the morning. But, in reality, it was interesting. They parked along Lone Town Road, not much wider than Elbow Hill, where we live. And they unloaded their stuff, and traffic went back by, and life went on, and nobody complained.
What does
My-
Reading
my
have to
que-
say about that?
They didn't complain. They liked the trees.
Yeah.
My question was because school buses go by again.
Yes, yeah, that's
In the
what Matt
afternoon.
brought up, and I agree. I mean, you got no argument at this end that that's a concern, but I wanted to know the hours, are we talking about 7 to
And
8:30?
a lot of
7 to
times,
9.
and a lot of times, because of the way Elbow Hill is with that road and everything, the school bus often has to pull into the other lane to get around that big rock on Elbow Hill Road.
And what about if
Right.
we know truckers, drivers, that they do how they know how pull in once, and once they in,
They'll get in
They're
and
not coming
out, but
from
they'll
7
do
to
it
9? It's
not
not an
between
issue.
7 and 9. Yeah.
Okay.
These guys will go in before 7 a.m., they're fine. They're fine.
Is there any other questions from the clarification? Yeah?
Yes,
Gwen?
I'm sorry, I want to go back to the neighbor. If that's a hill of dirt, is there erosion there?
Not at
it's
the
not
moment.
it's not a Russian anymore.
When they tried to do some excavating, there was some erosion and they stopped because it wasn't gonna work, because it would just slide down. You couldn't really establish the bank that you wanted, so they stopped. But there was some erosion originally.
Yeah, it was some erosion. I tried to excavate in the back, like with our property meets neighbor property.
Yeah.
We excavate a little bit, and then when we saw coming down, then we stopped. But we don't go in the big part area, which is like 150 feet from the road down. That's a big hill. We don't excavate there. So we did in the back,
You stopped.
and then I stopped. Yes.
Any
Okay.
other questions or clarification?
The only, it's not really a clarification, it's just, again, we've talked about in the morning, but to guarantee or to make sure, or make certain the semi trucks, again, this is the drop-offs, don't happen at night.
Oh, that they don't come in, that's what the fence is for.
No, no, but
Oh, yeah, no overnight parking.
there's still trucks, I mean,
Well, the gate, I think, is supposed to alleviate a
Yeah.
lot of that.
Yes,
no.
we're gonna close the gate
Yeah.
at
no,
night.
correct, but again, even with the gate closed, there have been semis that
Park in front?
park in front.
Yeah, well, the police don't like that. so-
I understand that.
That's a purview of the police to
Okay,
enforce,
that's fine.
no overnight
Okay.
parking.
That-
We're gonna do everything we can
Right,
to
no,
discourage.
that's, like I said, that's the reason why I was asking, and like I said,
I agree.
I've gotten caught in that
Yeah.
multiple times, that's the only reason why I'm
But
throwing that out there.
now I got to say something too. Sometimes I drive to the farms, Virginia, Delaware, Maryland, to pick up material. Why? Because sometimes tractor trailers doesn't deliver small amounts. And when I come back 9, 10 p.m., sometimes 11, which is not unusual. But I go back in and
But it's a much smaller
turn
truck.
around, a
It's not
smaller
tractor
truck,
trailer.
like 20 feet,
You'd
20
be
feet
fine.
box.
Yeah.
And, I mean.
That's not a problem.
That's not will be.
Yeah, no, I'm
parking in front
talking,
of
I, I,
yeah, I'm talking
but
about.
Sitting there idling all
I
day.
mentioned that, so
That's not a problem.
All right, any questions or clarification from the audience? Questions or clarification?
Any-
Anybody who'd like to speak in favor of the application? Anybody who'd like to speak in opposition? All right.
Motion to close public hearing.
All right.
I'll second.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Matt. Any discussion on the motion? Does everybody think we have enough information and for stipulations we put on?
I do have one,
Yeah, sure.
again, the neighbor. What differentiates you from the neighbor's property?
The difference where I excavate like maybe 100 feet, but my neighbor is
Are there plants? Is there a fence? Is there?
no, it used to be nothing. We put a fence, try to stop deer traffic, but we built like a chain link fence. We don't did nothing professional. We just try to stop deer traffic
Deer.
to jump in and eat our plants.
Which neighbor are you talking about? Are you talking about
Because there's two
the
neighbors.
condos or
Yeah,
the?
that one.
The long one.
It's three neighbors on the property.
That one
Three
has a
neighbors.
row of, that
This
has,
has got some evergreens and this
Right.
has a fence.
And a fence.
They have a fence, right? This down here is the self-storage.
Right.
It's this neighbor up in here.
And,
So we can try to demark that and
It's
and
four neighbors. Yeah, sorry, four neighbors.
put up more, a little bit more of a deer fence, something like that to demarcate the line.
and that's what we asked for last time. We'll make it a stipulation, demarcate the lot line, so everybody knows where it is. So a
exactly.
deer fence is a good idea because you'll protect your stuff and it'll be obvious.
Yeah, and then last
We
week
can do
we saw a bear. But
Oh.
and when
I don't think the-
they went
She won't
to
stop the bear.
There are lots
yeah,
of them.
my son saw it like walking down to the house and tried to eat some.
It's not the only one in that neighborhood.
Nope, nope.
Nope.
All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
The motion public
All
hearing
right,
on the
so there's a
floor.
motion on the floor to close the public hearing. Any more discussion on the motion? No, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, it's unanimous.
You wanna read your cast of characters there?
Oh, this guy?
Yeah.
So, I'll accept a motion, for, well, so, I think, with these stipulations, I think this will help protect the neighbors to the
I
west,
think so.
and then protect the safety of the road outside.
You wanna just read them?
So, I'll take a motion with these following stipulations we discussed, to have a gate installed to keep trucks out, the anti-tracking, mat, I'll say mat, but, material, that's 100 feet into the driveway. No deliveries between 7 and 9 a.m. Pickups
During
have to,
weekdays.
weekdays, and pickups have to be pulled in on site with their truck, and to reestablish a lot line demarcation.
I make a motion. So said.
I'll
thank you,
second
Tony.
it. Do you wanna have, since Caesar submit, do you wanna have Caesar initial this stuff?
Well,
Well, that's not the original.
that's not the
Or
original.
that was the one he submitted tonight, though.
No,
No,
that
that's the
turned out to
original.
be the same as
Yeah.
before.
My mistake.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
and also submittal of the updated plans.
Now I'd like to say another thing.
Unfortunately, you cannot.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
hearing's
We'll
closed,
close the public hearing,
Okay,
so we're
thanks.
barred from taking any new data.
updated.
So,
Six steps I got,
let's see, gate installed, anti-tracking,
two.
no delivery 7 to
Three.
9. Pickups have trucks pull on site and reestablish lot line demarcation.
And then submit the updated,
And then submit the updated.
They-
all six, I got them,
3, 4, 5,
I
yeah,
got
Six.
it, I got it.
yeah, okay.
Good.
Up the updated application will
Yeah.
be 6,
Okay, all in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Aye. Are you in favor? Aye. Okay, unanimous.
That is very nice, thank you, thank you,
Good luck, folks.
No
thank you,
delivery.
good,
Come and look.
appreciate it.
I hear it's a great place to buy plants.
It is.
Let me just,
No delivery,
and
The gate
the gate,
1,
The
2,
map,
3, 4,
the
5,
demarcation.
demarcation
the
6 was
paved
just
road.
submit the
Paved
updated
road.
plan.
and
for
the updated site plans. 'Cause
25.
those plans are not the
Yeah.
updated site plans.
11th.
And that should be your sixth.
And that wasn't real. All right, so,
Yeah, six.
uh,
Six.
so 6, there's no public hearings, no new ones. 7A, 49 Sandy Lanes, application Z-25-42. Could you come to the podium, please? I think everything's still in there. This was a copy of something you already had, so. All right.
If I may, I have packets.
Yes, please.
How are ya? She's back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
These are right. Thank you.
My name is April Heiser, 34 Alpine Drive in Sandy Hook. The last time we met together, you were concerned about people parking against the fence behind where our food truck would be parked. We went out to that property a couple of days ago, and the concrete foundation or wall that's below that fence concerns us. Like there's cracks, it's not in the best of shape. So we would rather not have people park against that fence. Pretty much in that concrete foundation, we just want to put our generator and then kind of stay away from it.
Yep.
So what I've given you is a new plan, or just an update to the option one we all liked the last time. And you can see that to the left of where the food trailer would be parked, there's nothing. This is definitely not to scale. And when I've drawn the towing vehicle and trailer, it's really too small there in my picture. And it's going to come, it's almost the same length as that customer area that's dashed off. So the food trailer may stick out past the fence. We don't want people to go past it. I really don't want to disturb the residents that live in the back of the property. And I don't want to like use their driveway too much and just be a nuisance. So behind the food trailer will be off limits to parking. And in the front of the food trailer where that orange T is, not in the front, but to the left of the no parking area, there's probably room for one car, maybe two, because you don't want them parking right next to the road.
Yeah.
So we just want to forget parking on the left side there and direct people to the right side and have all the parking on that side and down that little hill into the commercial storage area. So my T's, the orange T's and lines in the picture are just where we would have signage. And in the packet, I gave you some samples of signage, not necessarily what we'll use, but to say no parking here, parking over there with arrows. And we would also love to have, while we're on the subject of signs, we'd also love to have a sign on that fence or just in front of the fence that says, food truck here, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's the last page of your packet, just to let people know that, that we'll be there and kind of advertise a little bit. The dashed area is a customer area. So the page 2 of your packet should be the example of the planter that we would like to use to outline that area. It's 4 feet by 2 feet by 2 feet. And I wanted to go higher. I wanted to go 3 feet tall. But I don't want it to fall over when we're not there. I don't think it would, because it would be filled with rocks and sand and dirt and plants or trees, small evergreens exactly like those. There is an option, if we didn't want to use real trees, we could use faux topiaries and just fill the planter with rocks and sand and stick the fake plants in there. That way we don't have to worry about them again.
don't have to water them.
Yeah.
Exactly, or worry about them drying out there in the sun or something like that.
Now, I mean, I like the parking down there.
Yeah,
You know, I
Yeah.
think it's safe.
No, yeah, and
I like the, using these planters as a protection for the people. These are directional signs, so they're a different classification than your actual, where is it, the food truck sign?
the last
Which
page.
is this. Now, this is the purview of Fran to do signs. So that's a separate
Okay.
application for a sign.
gotcha.
Directional, you probably all throw in the same application, but directional signs like go this way for parking. There are regs on those, on the size of directional signs,
Okay.
and then there's regs on this, I don't know what size you were thinking of.
Yeah, I have, like, we have a yard sign for the food truck that's, I think, 18 by 24 inches, which is a pretty good size. But like, in the no parking area, I would suggest that we have the signs on the outside of the planters so that we're not
Yeah.
putting posts or anything permanent in the ground. And if we can use the planters, the most we can use the planters, the better, I think, so that we don't have a bunch of freestanding signs or something that's gonna fall down or something someone's gonna steal or, you know, things like that. But yeah, we'll definitely, here in the near future, speak with Fran about that.
All right, and so based on your signage, you're thinking as far as dates, days, Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 3 to catch the lunch hour crowd?
Yeah,
the
that's,
start.
that's, the initial plan, just because, you know, we're booked a couple months out, at the breweries and other events on the weekends. So this, Tuesday through Thursday schedule would give us Monday and Friday off to relax, restock, pretty much relax.
Are you there all year long?
We work all year long, yes.
So you would be at this location?
We would, yeah. Tuesday through Thursday is just a start, though. You know, I've said before in our meetings that the breweries really aren't cutting it for income. You know, we sell sometimes a lot, sometimes, but not all the time, and it's just not reliable. So a place that has constant traffic and not the same group of people coming every time opens us up to better sales.
There's a food truck at Cadigan Park during the summer, and they do breakfast and lunch.
Right. We do have breakfast on our menu. I wanted to avoid it at first just because we're not a huge truck. And so if it is popular, you know, we want to make sure we have enough food on the trailer for breakfast, lunch, late lunch, you know, the whole day. So if we just minimize it, at least at first, it'll give us an idea of the customer base and how much stock we'll need.
Absolutely.
And we might adjust the menu and serve, you know, like we do a lot of fried finger foods, bar foods, you know, mozzarella sticks, jalapeno poppers, which we might not serve at lunch, you know, so that might open up more room for hash browns and sausage, you know. But initially, just the lunch hour is our focus, because it's usually the busier time of day.
The flower beds, are you guys planning to leave them there?
Yes,
And the only reason why is I know these well. These are actually really good.
yeah,
They're bottomless.
yeah,
So if you guys are, again, depending on what you're putting in it, whether it's gonna be plants or just the rocks to maintain them,
right.
again, when you lift them up or take them apart, again, now you're gonna have piles.
Oh, you have a pile. Yeah, I thought about putting a, like a trash bag, black trash bag, lining it and then filling that. I mean, either way, it's gonna be a
Again, it's just
heavy
one-
duty
Right,
to-
but again, depending on what you plan, that's why I was asking, if they're staying, you
Yeah.
guys are taking the trailer out, but if those stay, then it's semantics. Again, now you have
Right.
to deal with it when, you know, if you're done for the season, depending on what the landlord wants to do, do you then take them
Right.
down, shovel up the rocks and call it a day or whatever?
Yeah, and that's why we really like these planters, because if it doesn't work out, and if nobody comes, or if we're terrible at this, then we can pick them up, bring them home.
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
said, I agree. These are
Yeah.
awesome.
And we want the property to look nice. You know, like when the food truck's not there, we want these planters to kind of make sense for the property itself. And, you know, when we're there, well, it's kind of obvious what everything is, but, and we want them to be heavy enough that somebody's not just gonna roll up and
Correct.
walk off with it.
Right. Well, and that's why that's why I was asking the question. And they're great for barriers. Again,
Yeah.
for your foot traffic, having these planters, again, it works like a Jersey barrier.
Uh-huh.
Again, it's going to take something solid to move it. They're
Right.
not just going to just fold over. So
Right, and they are, you know, that where I've written no parking on the blueprint there, that's close to the road. It's
Right.
probably 12 feet from the road. But, you know, those heavy planters full of rocks and sand,
Yeah.
if a car does come off the road, you know, it would help protect the customers.
right.
Yeah.
So next to your blue drawing, that I'm assuming that's your trailer and your tow vehicle, right?
The two little rectangles.
What's next to that? In front of that?
And that black
Yeah.
is that large rectangle being out at the property, I don't see what that is. But to the right of that is like a sewer, and that's on the property. That's visible on the property. And in fact, that's why I said this is way off scale, because the towing vehicle comes up to that sewer, or at least looking at it. We haven't brought the trailer there. But the trailer and towing vehicle would take up pretty much that whole front area. And then we would probably angle it out, because we're gonna leave all this here. We want a way to get in and a way to get out without moving the planters.
Circulation, you drive in and drive
Right.
out.
Exactly, yep.
I'm curious, you know, what, is it state regs for your food operation actually? Or, you know,
do you mean?
cleanliness, all that? Yeah,
Heat.
where it's not our
Heat.
purview, but I'm wondering whose purview is it to make sure you have a
The
good,
heat, yeah, the heat for the food.
yeah, who approves you for actually having a food operation?
Oh, the health department,
I was going to say that's health.
Of which,
Brookfield.
oh, Brookfield, so they have to come in front of our house.
The local.
We're already licensed with Brookfield Health Department.
All right.
Yeah,
So
a thing that, what's that? I'm
You
sorry.
go in and you license with each one, you're gonna do a food truck operation.
Exactly, yeah, like in Danbury, we're licensed only at Charter Oak.
Oh, okay,
You know, we don't travel around Danbury.
right.
But the only thing that I think that the health department may require is a restroom. It's a short 4-hour window that we're there, and I don't know if they're gonna require us to have a porta potty or something. But I'll have to address that with them. I haven't brought it up to them yet.
I know and we've approved these before in other properties, so I don't well, it's probably not our purview either, so I don't remember them being a porta potty.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Any other questions from the commissions? I don't know, this looks, I like this design here that was submitted today. I like where the parking is, you know,
Yep.
it all looks good to me.
I'm comfortable with it. Again, it addresses what our need was as far as safety, and
Yep, driving,
I think that it covers all of everything.
okay. I'll accept a motion to approve.
I move to approve, what is it, 46 Sandy Lane?
Yeah.
Site plan modification for a food truck on the property.
All right.
I second it.
Thank you. Thank you, Gwen. Thank you, Tony. Any more discussion on the motion? All in favor for the plan submitted today, say aye.
Aye.
All right, unanimous. Thank you.
Yay, thank you so much. And
Welcome-
come by for something to eat.
Welcome to Brookfield.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
We're gonna overlook the fact she didn't bring any food samples.
Hey, we don't want to be
Wait,
bribed.
you know what? I'm waiting
After
for her
the
to say,
fact,
she
after
has
the
it, it's in
fact.
the car, but it's been sitting out there for an hour.
I thought about bringing it, but I didn't want to be bribing anybody.
After the fact, no.
Yeah, after effects. If it's after effects, it's gratuity. That's what I heard.
Yes.
All right. I don't think, oops, let me put these documents in here as
Yeah,
well.
the other two are not ready for
Get the
them.
Z25.
The one's withdrawn and the other
Yes.
one's not ready.
All right,
14
so,
Sunset Hill isn't ready?
6B,
Okay, good.
6B,
It's out.
18 Junction Row has been withdrawn, so they will resubmit. 7C, 14 Sunset Hill Road, Z-25-41,
Still
still
not
has an incomplete application, so we cannot accept it. Next time, we'll have to either deny it, or if they'll
If they
withdraw, so
submit it,
withdraw.
yeah.
There is no new business. 9A, proposed changes on short-term rentals. I hope everybody's had a chance to read over them.
Not all of it, no.
So I read through these. Oh, here we go. I think, of course, this will take multiple hearings, so we don't have to finish it all tonight, and because there'd be food for thought.
Do we have to, with this one, do we have to set our own public hearing with this, or?
Well, if we want to make changes, yes,
Yes,
yeah,
okay.
we put in our own application, we have no time limits.
Right.
I suggest that, as we come up with language, we have other ones to do and put them in one omnibus bill, so to speak, so then it doesn't matter.
You didn't call it a big beautiful bill.
Yeah. So, I think the first thing I wanted to talk about is why we even have these short-term regulations. And some is covered in our own regs, which is, section, let's see, section 3.19 in the book. But some of it was, list them. Protect property values, that's one thing. Neighborhood security and safety. Maintain a residential nature, and then health and septic worries. And that's what, when I looked through some of the other towns and even our own reasons for having these, that's what I came up with. And if anybody else has some more things the reason why we might want to do these, I'm all ears, unless I've covered everything you might have.
You're pretty broad categories there.
Oh, they
in
are,
my
they
opinion,
are. And I think the thing that always came up the most when we started doing these was neighborhood security. We didn't want different people, like next door to us, always changing every week, and it's like you never know who's your neighbor.
Right.
And you start losing the neighborhood feel because, what if a lot of, 50% of the houses became short-term rentals,
Well,
and
yeah.
you would never have a cohesive neighborhood there.
Yeah, you'd have a weekend house, and then there's a different group every weekend having a big party every
Yes.
weekend.
I also
Oh,
think
yeah.
stipulations as far as what you were talking about earlier. I think that there should be stipulations, or we should explore gaps, though you can do a short-term rental, how many can you do back to back? Or is it literally, you can spin it as much as you want?
And is there a window of the year where you do it in? I mean, do you not want it, like, for example, in the summertime, which in this town is a very busy time of year, or anything like that? Do you not want it between Memorial Day and Labor Day?
Well, or even limit, again, you can do a short-term rental, you can rent it out for, 2 weeks, once a month, that's it.
Yeah, and limit the density.
Right.
Got
Without,
it.
make them not contiguous.
Correct.
The one thing I did notice, and you spoke of parties, that many of these in the other towns prohibit special events. So they say it's only for residing there as a dwelling. You can't be, having big parties like they had up on Long Meadow Hill. You can't have weddings or other events there. So they have,
But if
many
you're ha-
towns
but
have
if you're
specific
having-
prohibitions.
But if you're having guests over for dinner, how many guests are you allowed to have for dinner?
Yes.
Well, but we
Yes.
That's where you
So
see where it
this-
crosses the
this-
line,
Yes,
yeah.
this is where,
But having guests over, so again, are you having guests over? Or is it, I've rented this and I'm gonna have a party, but I'm gonna say they're just guests, they're here to visit me. and there's 27 people here to visit. for
No,
the
but
all
rest of
hours.
the example is like, let's say if you're renting it and you know a family in the area and that you haven't seen in a while, and you're gonna have them over for dinner, is
Yeah.
different than having 25 people come.
Right.
and
For a
everything like
special
that.
event.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So those definitions, those we'd have to work on, and I think getting some ideas about what that would be. What are these special events? I think if you look, so what Laura has done is she's, summarized them here in the table, but she actually has the language for each town inside.
Right.
And they do go through the specifics of what they mean by special events, and they outline, and all of them, not all of them, many of them, you have to come from the zoning commission anyway. So there is a
And defi-
permit process.
And definitions isn't so much my concern because we were able to define things pretty
Yeah.
well. But my concern is enforcement. How do we're gonna make these regulations, everything, how do we enforce it? I mean, we don't have, if you're gonna have 20 some odd places that are renting on a given weekend, and they're all gonna break the regulations, who's gonna?
Oh, yes.
Right.
And with zoning regs, enforcement usually happens because of neighbor complaints. But even when, for example, someone came to Fran and said, 14 days is a short-term rental. What if I do 15? We want to make sure, if whatever we craft, there are no loopholes. So if there is a complaint, we do have a regulation we can enforce. So if someone rents 15 days in a row, well, that's just a month. So 15 days, one after the other, then that gets around our regulation, they can do that
And there
without
was-
having a permit.
And there was
Right.
one court case that I read in the thread of, not with this, but in the thread where I guess the husband rented on one weekend and then the wife
That's-
rented on the
that's-
second.
That's the other loophole, again, to
Yeah.
Kurt's point, 15 days, it's 15 days.
Yeah, contiguous.
I rented it for the month,
And then-
that's a long
And
term.
then your wife rented it for the next
Yeah.
one.
15 days is short-term rental.
Yeah, so these are
20
the
days
defin-
is short-term rental. A month is short-term rental, actually. Two of the properties that I have, there are no short-term rentals. In fact, one was just decided, and the smallest property is 17 acres.
When do you cross the threshold from short-term to long-term then?
Well, it could be 3 months.
Can you define that
Could
in a
be
lease
6
though, or
months.
do you define that in your lease?
It just depends what you want, but I'm just telling you, this is, because there have been many problems.
Yeah, and,
And so this has been decided in 2 properties that I'm involved with.
so you decided on your own.
I didn't.
Yeah,
The community
the community
decided.
did, okay.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
okay, so regs. So it's interesting because in some of these towns, a
I've
short
done.
term is 6 days or less. I'm like, that's pretty short. Some is less than 30 days. So quite a variability in what they consider short term. I guess we have to decide, what do we consider short term? To me, my personal thing, a month doesn't seem short term. Someone rents for a month, you actually, someone sees you all the time, you get to know them. And maybe they come back, the same month next year. But that's, just my opinion. But I think the other thing about not doing contiguous helps, because some of the problems
Definitely.
is,
Right.
back to back. Now, we do have, on our regulation, we only allow 3 short terms in a 6-month period. So they could all front end load them. And so that's like that's 6 weeks, a month and a half in, different people there all the time, but then they have to put off for a month and a half.
And could we also define, I guess, maybe what a
We can
peak-
do whatever we want,
Well, no,
right?
no, but you mean like a peak rental season versus an off-peak rental season?
That, I think we'd have to ask Tom Beecher,
I
the town
would-
attorney,
Mhm.
can we do that? Because people have a right to make money from their property or to rent it. And so we wanna do short term. Now, this
What if you
interest-
get 6 kids and 3 dogs and 2 families and,
Well, see, I think that should also be negated.
I'm just saying
No,
from
no, I agree.
experience.
No,
Yeah,
no, look, I agree that,
Yeah, and you'll find in these regs, some people define, you can have 2 people per bedroom.
right.
And you have a max of this number of people, so it's very interesting, and I would say, with the overall view of what we wanna do, go through and look, what's your opinion on how long is a short term? How do we prevent someone from finding the loopholes? Do we do it through non-contiguous rental periods, things like that? How many people should we allow? you know, and when do we, you know, invoke the health department, say, no, yeah, but the house can't support that many people?
And overarching all of that, how do we enforce it?
Yeah, how do we enforce it? Well, Fran's gonna have to, like I said, he
No,
could
Fran,
rent
he
the
didn't have
house
anything else to
long
do.
term with his binoculars on the
retiring.
lake.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
What do you mean you're reading?
I'm out of here.
So
What, are you gonna stage
I
outside
guess
the property?
when you think about those things, I guess think about enforcement too.
I-
You know,
well-
how would you enforce it?
Enforcement's critical to this, but to Gwen's point, and even your point, I gotta tell you, because you can get a lease that's month to month. So 30 is, in my mind, actually short of 30, so 29 days, would, anything in that space would be short term.
What would you consider short term?
A month, again, you can live month to month. If the landlord wants to boot you after a month for
Yeah.
whatever reason, or you don't wanna sign a lease,
Yeah.
or you sign a lease after that year, now it just goes month
Right,
to month.
but by no means does the law allow the landlord to throw you out on day 31.
No,
They
I-
gotta go through
no,
the court
No,
process.
I'm
Yeah.
saying
Yeah.
that, but still, when you have a month-to-month lease, again, if there's a reason why, but with that being said, you can have a month-to-month that can go in perpetuity, as long as you pay your
Yeah.
bill and the landlord's happy with you.
So think about that, these are only residential, you know, as opposed to like B and Bs. Bs and Bs are commercial, they're regulated in a different way.
And I'd be curious as to some of the towns that have had success with writing these regulations, what their experience has been with enforcement. I'd be really curious as to that.
All right.
A lot to think about here.
This one lawsuit here from, was this Branford? They didn't have any regulation of short-term rentals. So,
Well, this
the
is
town
shoreline-
probably
this is
shut them
shoreline
down
community,
and
too.
the court said, well, you know, you don't, people are living there, you know, they're allowed to live there and you don't
That's-
specify what length of time they can or not live there, so.
And that's a
they
shoreline
lost.
community, yeah.
Yeah. I think they probably had short-term rental regs after that, but.
No, it's a nice area though. They've got these communities too, that where they shut the water off, and everything like that. Homes have been there for years.
So, so next time come back with some ideas about what you consider short-term, how to prevent people getting through loopholes, like non-contiguous. I will, as part of my thing, reach out to Tom and say, what can we, how far can we push this? You know, can short-term be longer than 29 days? Can it be 30 or not? You know, so I'll ask the town attorney certain things like that. And also the other thing you mentioned, well, so short-term max and seasonal. Can you do a seasonal sort of thing here in Connecticut? You know, maybe they can do that in other states, but. And seasonal, and you also said area.
Correct.
Now, around the lake is just residential, so there's no the only thing special would be the marine commercial district, but they don't allow this there. Instead, they allow B and Bs.
Yeah, and again, overarching all of this, I'll say it again, enforcement. I mean, you don't wanna make regulations that you're gonna have a hard time
Well,
enforcing.
the second problem, so what defines, the B and B is a commercial entity,
Yes.
but is
Similar
there-
to this.
Is there a stipulation, and I'll use the Shores, cause it's just easy.
Yeah,
I've got a house in the Shores, I built a McMansion, and guess what, now I've converted it to a B and B.
you can't.
Why?
You're not in the commercial zone.
Okay, but can it be
Your
rezoned?
HOA won't allow it.
Well, you
There is
can,
no
you
HOA.
can try to
Do you
rezone.
have regulations about rental?
No, that's a
Shores?
fight, that's a fight in the Shores, that's
Yeah,
the reason why I
we-
bring it
It's like
up.
for another day.
We
Yeah, no,
implemented, no, we had
Okay.
to implement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's being
So
discussed,
that's
but-
in the Candlewood Lake Club?
Yes.
yeah,
And could you bring those regs in, because that would be good
Sure.
input, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
And I'll bring another one too, but that's a totally different situation.
Yeah, but it's nice to see what other communities do with their regulations to get
Yeah.
this problem. I mean, speaking of enforcement, the one problem we have on the enforcement report right now is the one in Hidden Brook. So far, what's the max? They can start getting fines, right? So they start getting fines, the lien goes on their house and they can't
Is
sell.
that on the lakeside of Hidden Brook, that property?
No.
No,
It's
it's
not-
like
it's
in the
not-
woods.
it's on the
It
long-
was-
long- long
Can I
lakeside.
ask you this, what's special about that people keep renting it? Has
It's
it
in
got
the
a
woods.
nice pool or something? when you went on to Verbo or Airbnb, did you want to click?
It's a big house, I mean, it holds a lot of people. I mean, at some
You
point,
guys
you
are kind of a mess over
have cars
there.
there, maybe
Yeah,
16.
we are.
So that was the other thing about number of cars that could be there, you know, not, so. Do you know if they have events there?
Not that I'm aware.
Yeah, they just have a lot of
They have
people.
Party.
Is that the house that has tennis courts? Is
I'm sorry,
that the house that has tennis, okay.
All right.
Where's this house located?
on Hiddenbrook, right across from that beautiful pink house that's all, it's got broken windows.
I have to see that because I missed that. I was looking at the carport. All right, you guys have your homework. I have my homework. So commissioner comments. Anybody else want to say anything?
The gentleman here?
Oh, formal. Okay. Oh, yes, that's right. Yes.
Say something about the housing and stuff you guys.
Oh, yeah. Come up to the microphone. Say your name and
We're
address.
not here to talk about housing, though, he just wants to talk about.
You can say one comment about it, and then we'll move on to your
Yeah,
rooftop
so,
restaurant.
yeah, sure, my family, we own 36 hotels across the country. And,
Oh, your name and your address.
oh, my son, Regal Patel, I owned a restaurant in Brookfield called Barnan. I am looking to purchase a property across the street, the big old Indian motorcycle dealership. But back to the housing thing, interesting thing, I sit on the board of the Connecticut Lodging Association, right? So anything that's under 30 days, the state considers that short term. Anything over 31 is considered long term. That's how the housing courts treat it. So if you go to evict anybody under 31, they have no rights. Tenants have no rights. Anything over 31, they have the same rights as anyone staying 10 years. Right? So you have to go to a lengthy process, eviction process, costs a lot of money, and blah, 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 blah. So,
Well, thanks for that information.
yeah,
I'll
I'm-
reach out to our town attorney.
oh yeah, sure. Also want to apologize. My engineer thought this meeting was like 2 weeks from now, and he didn't send anything. But I was on the agenda. I didn't want to not show up. So I'll just throw an idea out, guys. What I'm thinking is that building across the street. I have it under contract. I am thinking of purchasing it and converting. It's a 12,500 square foot building. I'm going to convert, let's say, 4,000 square of the building facing the road. I don't know if you guys have been on top of there, facing the road and putting like a second story with a rooftop. I don't know what kind of restaurant I want to do or whatnot, but I grew up here in New Milford and Brookfield for almost 30 years, and I went to school in New York. And one of the best things of New York was having cool rooftops to go to, and I just thought it'd be a cool idea to do something like that.
All right, so you weren't talking about rooftop on your bar non.
No. I am not. Yeah, the restaurant, we're expanding. We're doing like a speakeasy at the old hummus and pita place or something like that. So we'll open in a couple of weeks, but that building was just there, and I'm just thinking of something like doing that. So I figured, before I dive deep in to do anything, I just talk to the zoning and see what your thoughts are. Any reservations?
I guess my, it's the actual building and stuff like that, safety, that would be a fire and health, make sure nobody falls off the edge. We're interested in, the outside of the building and sometimes the inside, egress and all, but not
Yep.
only to a certain extent. And then if it's appropriate use for the zone, which
Yeah,
it is.
it is,
obviously.
yes.
Restaurants all along there.
I have a comment, because I've ridden motorcycles up and down there. It could be a little, especially if people have been drinking. I just wondered if there was another, or a way to modify the access there.
Okay.
That would be my concern,
Yeah.
going up that hill and down that hill.
Yeah.
Mostly down, right, after they're done.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's I saw that at night. It's not very well lit up. That's the only thing I saw. As far as the steepness of it, I don't know if I can change the grade of the hill, but I can light it up like it's.
Widen it, I don't know.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I'm making a right turn out of there, a left turn out of there. It's
Yeah. It's something I'll. We also looked at the signage. It's too big of a sign. I don't need that big of a sign. Up there, it looks tacky. So we'll change that. But, you know, I don't know if you guys ever been to Barnon or whatnot. Oh, you have? Oh,
Yeah.
Yes,
thanks.
and I love,
I was gonna say, go there all the time.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
I
it's,
love the flamingo and the peacock glasses.
oh,
I
cool.
have a couple of them.
We have, oh, you stole them, huh?
No, no, no. She wouldn't even sell them to me. My friend bought them for me.
Oh my God. Well, you'll find me. I'll give them to you. But
No, you can't do that.
huh? Yeah, let me take that back.
He's already got
Anyway,
some
they're
already.
cute.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They're really sweet.
No, it's you know, like we would make it like a destination, right? So that's what we're trying to do with Barnon, and same thing we'll do with the place up the hill, make it a destination. And so that's first steps. You know, it's a gigantic building. I talked to my architect engineer and said, look, talk to the town before you go deep in, because what you're doing, it's cool, but there's no rooftops in this area.
And I think that Kurt was right. But a lot of the concerns that we would have if we haven't, and again, we haven't seen any
Yeah.
plans or anything, is safety related. I mean, pretty much, especially.
Yeah,
outside.
fair.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's where the building department comes in.
And I think Commissioner Armenda's right. I mean, you know, that is a very steep driveway.
Oh,
and
yeah.
everything.
Yeah, Sean, you have.
Throw my 2 cents in. I think it's a great idea,
I
and
do
I'm going to back them up as long as that safety issue is addressed, especially in a rooftop type
Yep.
situation.
Oh yeah, yeah. It'll be
know, that
the rooftop will
And
be.
the driveway, I mean, there's nothing to do about the driveway. I don't think. I think maybe widen it out the bottom of it,
And
maybe,
lighting,
you know,
like
so
you
you
said,
can.
yeah.
Do something. Yeah, we'll look at the driver for sure. The good part about that, the tile shop, they close at 6 and there's nobody there. Right, so we have that whole upstairs to ourselves.
So whatever time they close, is it going to change?
Yeah, but there's no.
Right.
Yeah, but there's no other traffic then coming in up to, you know, besides anybody else's business, but that one business. As far as the rooftop goes, the building is set a little bit behind on where the hill is. So you have the hill and the building is behind it. So
Yes.
there's no, you know, well, let me just jump off the thing.
No.
But obviously everything will be pretty, you know, closed off so they're not getting drunk and jumping off.
No, you're right around that parking lot.
Yeah.
There's plenty of room.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, are you thinking about doing just open air, or are you thinking about doing open and closed?
Both. So what I'm thinking of downstairs, I want to do just like you come in, have the kitchen, and then you have 2 staircases that goes up on the 2nd floor, right? And we have an elevator that goes up as well, and you have a like you know, the edge of that building, like so on the roof. Like imagine just the roof, it's open, and then on the back it's like a glass roof, like a whole glass building with a bar and indoor seating as well. So we can use it seasonal, that kind of thing. And then it's a gigantic building. I don't know what to do with it, but I just thought it was a cool idea.
Cool idea. What's the view?
It's really gorgeous up there. Like you can see that entire like hillside. You know, like I know like it's extra space storage is there, but then behind there, all that.
That's beautiful.
You know, it's there. Who approved that building, by the way? Not me, all right. But it's there.
Glow.
It's a cool view. Like there's some eyesores for sure, but still like it's being on top of there.
Probably
The
not
whole
fun to
hill.
look at in the wintertime.
Well,
Yeah, that's why you do indoor seating too. You know, so you
well,
don't
that's why I
mess
was
with the
asking
snow.
if you can cover, again, working in the city, there's a lot of rooftop bars, and they have comparable to what Portillo's, Portillo's did, with the open, they roofed it, but they've got the windows that close.
Oh.
It could be open aired,
Yeah.
but if they want, in the
balance.
wintertime, they close the
Yeah,
windows. And now
exactly.
it's sealed and they can heat it.
Exactly.
That's why I was asking. You
No,
know,
no,
do some
great
sort of
question.
pergola or
No,
something.
great question. That's what
Spin
we're
around
thinking.
like the Space Needle so the view gets shared.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know if you guys ever been to the Williamsburg Hotel in Brooklyn. They have like they converted their old water tanks into like this high rise, and you go up there and this is like a round small bar. So I told the engineer, "Can you put this up there?" He just looked at me. He's like, "No," you know. He's like, "You would spend a fortune doing this here." But yeah,
Like your ideas.
thank you.
Go to the Marriott Marquis.
Please
You
come
can
back.
sit in that bar and just
Yeah.
spin around.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's all. So like the safety thing, I'll consider when talking to the architect engineer. So yeah, cool. All right. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Cool.
Thank you so much. All right. Thanks.
Take care.
All right, anything else? No, I'll accept the motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right. Thank you, Tony. Thank you,
Yes.
John. All in favor?
Aye.